Hello everyone, Cody Dean here again. We're going to be going over part 3 of the Goal Creation Journal. This is a daily ritual or a daily contemplation, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a way for you to reflect, a daily reflection. Okay, and I do these 3 things for a reason. In the Goal Creation formula, you have your attention / awareness, you have your visualization, you have your action, and then you have creation. All right, and so this is actually a cycle. This is a continual cycle. So you go through it, and then it goes through it again, and then you can go through it again and go through it again. One of the best ways to build your awareness is to connect to God, because God is omnipresent, omnipotent, and whatever the other omni is, right? All powerful, all everywhere, and knows everything, right? So who better to connect to with your awareness, to be able to be aware of more things and your abilities and your opportunities that are around you? What better than to connect with God? And so most of my clients are spiritual, they are religious, and so every day I say, hey, I recommend, just every day focus on something that you can do to improve with God. So like if you're reading your scriptures, write down what you learned from God, or you can write down, what do you want to learn, what do you feel like God wants you to do? I feel a lot of my clients are messengers, they're healers, they're spiritual teachers, and so God is directing them. And so as you read your scriptures and as you meditate and as you pray and all these things, and if you're not religious, or you're agnostic or you're atheist, you can just put universe, right? You can put universe there. But most of my clients are religious, and so they don't have a problem with me talking about God. All right, and so with God, you can say, hey, maybe God wants to tell you something, and so you just write it here, right? And you'll notice that you'll get much clearer answers to your questions that you have when you're meditating, when you're praying, when you write them down. And this is another section that you can write down your dreams. I believe that God, the universe, talks to people in their dreams. People in the scriptures, they talk a lot about visions. I write down my dreams. I write down my dreams, and you can do that here, or you can do it in the back section of the journal. But I found it really interesting for me, when I dream something very vivid and clear, it usually ends up happening very quickly, if not, in the next couple weeks or months. And it's my way of getting guidance. Okay, that's what this is all about, is just getting guidance and building my awareness of who I am, and God plays a big part of that. Okay, and if you have a problem with that, you probably are not going to be attracted to me as a person anyway. So as a customer, or as a client, or just in general, the concept of creation, God is the ultimate creator. He is the one that created everything, and so that is the ultimate. He is the ultimate teacher. Okay. Another excellent way for you to build your awareness is through gratitude. And what a lot of my clients I teach is forgiveness. Gratitude and forgiveness actually go really hand in hand. So you can actually write down the things that you are thankful for, and the things that you are forgiving, people that you are forgiving. Write it right here. There is a whole program, I think it's called the Ho'oponopono or something like that, and it says, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, please forgive me. Something like that. Anyway, I want to look that up now. But look it up. It's called Ho'oponopono, something like that. Ho'oponopono. Anyway, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, please forgive me. Something like that. And anyway, this is an amazing way to build up your awareness as a human being. So many times we are dragged down by our our grudges, and we're not aware of actually all the things that are around us. So gratitude, forgiveness are huge. Do it every single day, and you can just do 5 things, or you can do 10 things. I try to do 10 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, at the end of the day, what I like to do, because the whole goal with creation is not just to create something or to accomplish something with a goal, but the whole goal is to become something. And the best way to become something is to learn, is through actual learning. And so say you actually don't accomplish your goal, or you don't do your action step for the day. And this can be depressing for people, like, I just don't know, like, I just feel so overwhelmed. Okay? It's good to reflect on why. Like, what did I learn? Why wasn't I able to accomplish that? It's like, maybe I'm overwhelmed. Maybe I learned that I spend a lot of time on social media, or I get distracted really easy. What is something that you learned from the things that you did today? And what I find is this actually ends up being a journal section. And I find doing 1 to 2, 1 to 3 sentences every day, you can reflect back on these lessons that you've learned in a very, very powerful way. You can look back and be like, wow, I have come so far, or that's how I learned this lesson. And a lot of my clients actually end up becoming coaches, and these lessons that they learn every single day are some of the most powerful ways to teach what your gifts, is through taking your experiences and your lessons that you've learned, and then you can actually turn them into products. You can turn them into teachings. You can turn them into to courses and products and teachings, and this is how you actually influence people. This is how you actually make an impact, is through the lessons that you learn. This whole process of me creating the Goal Creation Journal started because I started reflecting on the things that I learn every day. And then I started realizing, hey, there's patterns. There's patterns to life. There's patterns to success. There's patterns to freedom and abundance. And it's because I reflected on the lessons that I learned every single day. And it's this unfortunate circumstances, as I was actually watching this video, and wow, we just zoomed way out over here. This guy, he made this graph. It looked like this. Okay. In the black line, let me use blue actually. Okay. So the blue, it actually represents our memory. Okay. And then the red actually represents our results. And so what's interesting is as time goes by, our memory fades. And then as time goes by, our results actually improve. And he may not have actually used results. I'll have to go back and relook at this. But what's interesting is the things that cause something is not actually present in the moment. I do this training in the laws of creation. What is invisible, what creates what's visible. Okay, so what's invisible creates what's visible. And so what you do back here actually creates your results over here. But the problem is our memory is very clear in this moment, but it's very faint in this moment. So we don't realize the connection between the two. Is like what we did here is actually what's producing over here. And he said it so much more eloquently. So if I can find the video, I'll put it into this course. But so if I were to ask you, like, what did you eat for breakfast this morning? You'd be able to say. But over time, if I say, hey, what did you eat for breakfast 2 weeks ago? Unless you eat the same breakfast every day, you probably don't know, right? And so, but what you ate for breakfast 2 weeks ago is actually giving you the results that you're getting today because of your fitness and your health. Anyway, the reason why I say that is these lessons that you learn every single day, you can go back and you reflect on them. And so it actually, what happens over time is your remembrance stays high of what has happened. So you don't repeat cycles and you don't repeat loops of cycling downward. You can actually cycle upward. Anyway, so that is the third section. Hopefully this helps you and finds you well. Let me know what you think. Reach out to me. If you haven't got your Goal Creation Journal, go to goalcreationjournal.com and purchase yours. You guys are great. Be great and go out, create your freedom, success, and abundance.